This is the Rays POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Tampa Bay Rays, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Rays POSTCAST, your spot for instant Rays reaction after every single game. My name is Jonathan Shields, coming to you live from a very big Rays win. The Rays get a much-needed bounce-back win, beating the Red Sox by a score of 3-1, and we're going to be here to break it all down for you. But first, if you guys are in the live, please make sure to leave a like and comment. We'll get to the comments at the end of the live, as we always do. Much-needed Rays win, big-time win for the Rays, get back on track, and regardless of still being first place in the AL East. So let's break it all down. We're going to look ahead to the game tomorrow. As well, we're going to talk about how there's a lot for the Rays to improve on. I'm pretty sure the Rays went 1 for 10 with runners to score in possession. That continues to be a huge Achilles heel, but rather talk about it in a win than a loss. Obviously, the one hit came from Jonathan Aranda, which was a huge hit. We'll get to it later. And that is, one of the points, still struggling with runners in scoring position. But this just was a gritty win by the Rays. This is one of those wins where I talked about it's hard to see them going on a long losing streak because their floor was so high. This was a floor win for the Rays, if that makes sense. Like, their floor with good pitching and defense and timely hitting, just enough of it is going to still win you some games. But first, we have to talk about that legendary pitching performance.
This is what you'll be talking about.
We ended the show yesterday asking, what are the Rays going to do with this spot in the rotation? Is it going to be a call-up Joe Boyle, well, even though he's being turned into a reliever right now in Durham? Was it going to be Mason Engler? What was going to happen? They come out that they're going to open with Ian Seymour. So when you talk about that you're going to open with Ian Seymour, you think, okay, is he going to go 1 or 2 innings? What's the play here? And he ends up going 4. And he was really good in those 4 innings. Ian Seymour had the one, mistake to Marcelo Meyer, but that was his only hit. 5 strikeouts over those 4 innings. I mean, just electric stuff from Ian Seymour. He continues to produce, and I think that's a role that he's more comfortable in, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't be too mad if he replaces Matz in the rotation. We'll see what happens, but he looks really, really comfortable. And, before we get into this, we're going to have multiple players of the game as we continue to talk about this pitching performance.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
It's going to be the entire Rays bullpen, starting with Ian Seymour, who I classify as the bullpen guy for now in this game. Then you go to Legumina, Booser, Kelly, Cleavinger, Baker. Those guys allowed 3 hits, no runs allowed, as the Rays struck out more than 10 batters. Once again, it was a complete group effort from the bullpen. I thought it was managed beautifully by Kevin Cash. But Legumina comes in after, does his job. Booser, by the way, the Rays found Booser, and he's been, he's 34. He's been kind of all around the last only 3 years. He's with Boston, but now with the Rays, he looks like a legit power left-handed reliever. That thing would touch a 98 with just, I hate saying touch 90 with some velocity because of course it is, but didn't look like 98 to say the least. And, he struck out Duran one of the times with just a disgusting sweeper. He looks really, really good. I'm kind of shocked the Rays and kind of just did again another one, right? Another guy that the Rays find. Definitely want to highlight him in this game. And then you go to Kelly, and Kelly had to battle through some base runners. But I'll tell you what, that was one of the worst missed strike 3 calls. Thank God for OBS for Nick Fortes on that Kelly strikeout. But he got out of it because that's what Kevin Kelly's been doing this year. And then you go to Cleavinger. Cleavinger with a real nice bounce back outing. Looked like Garrett Cleavinger. And then Bryan Baker was just shut down, which he needed to be. Absolutely needed to be. So the player of the game is the entire bullpen. Just what a performance. One of the better performances I've seen this year. And I shouldn't say better, but one of the more impressive performances I've seen, considering the circumstances. It's a bullpen game going through. Kevin Cash has a way that he wants to manage the game. Boston is top heavy with lefties in the front part of their order, and they saw a lot of left-handed pitching, and I don't think that's necessarily going to change, whether that's with Matz tomorrow after Martinez goes or whatever it is. But very impressed with this Rays bullpen. How good is this Rays bullpen? That's a question I wanted to add to the talking points, but I'm going to throw in here now because they're way better statistically. I shouldn't say statistically. I'll say feel-wise, they're better than they were last year. Last year, kind of waiting for them to blow the game. This year, I have a lot of confidence in the guys coming in. So I want to ask you guys, what do you feel about this bullpen right now? Because they're not the reason why the Rays are losing games. Last year, they were a big reason why the Rays were losing a whole lot of games. But they just continue to be absolutely stellar as this Rays team picks up a much-needed win. Again, really impressed with Booser, really impressed with Seymour. I mean, I would not be surprised if he kind of moves into that rotation, whether it's him or Engler, if they want to piggyback the two of them. I think the plan was to go to Engler at some point, but Seymour was throwing the ball so well, Cash just kind of let it ride, which I'm glad that sometimes they have these plans that they stick to so rigidly. Whether that was with Jack's last game, obviously the Blake Snell one in 2020s won the 6 out more than any. But it was nice to see. I mean, maybe it was the plan for Seymour to go for, and Engler bulk gettings was just a possibility if Seymour didn't pan out well. But very, very good to see the Rays bullpen continue to shine like this. And you look down these numbers with the ERAs. You know, Legumina has a 3 ERA, Kelly a 2.51. Cleavinger, he does have over a 4, but that's kind of a fake 4. Once he's been a lot better since he got back off the IL. Baker with a 2.05. Obviously, Booser has not allowed a run yet. I mean, there's some filth in that bullpen, and there's guys that we're not even talking about. I think Steven Matz is going to kind of comfortably fit into a bullpen role as this goes on. We talked about Mesa Engler, who was really good his last time out. Cole Sulser have shown some flashes. Now, the guys you didn't see today aren't guys I necessarily trust. Like, I don't want to see Cole Sulser in a ton of high leverage spots. I don't want to see Trevor Martin in a bunch of high level spots, but there are guys that there are worse options out there to say the least. So there's so much more we're going to talk about this game. We haven't talked about the offense yet, and trust me, there's a whole lot to talk about with the Rays offense, including Yandy Diaz, another stellar performance from him. Just a very gritty win. So much more to break down, and we're talking about where the Rays need to improve on, and the Wells look ahead as the Rays go for a series win tomorrow. All that and more right after this. This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. The biggest stage in world soccer is here, and every match feels like it has the potential for a memorable moment. One goal can completely change a game or an energy shift of momentum, and it altered the game in an instant. That's what makes tournament soccer so exciting, from the opening whistle to the final kick. Now, FanDuel is giving fans another reason to stay locked into every matchup with every goal pays. Bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. More goals mean more bonus bets. All you have to do is turn on your token. So you guys know USA plays Paraguay on Friday. I mean, I'm very excited for the World Cup more than I've been. Maybe it's just because I'm on host soil. So make sure you guys go to FanDuel right now and get those goal bonus bets because there's some really good possibilities you can get from there. So this is what I love about these tournaments. You can turn on a match between teams you don't normally follow. So I know England plays Croatia in their first group stage match as well. So, I mean, the tension builds so quickly, and that investment, and so it builds so quickly that your investment before you even realize it. So you guys, right now, from the opening whistle to the final kick, let there be goals on FanDuel. So make sure you guys visit FanDuel.com to get started now. This episode is also brought to you by Hims. ED is way more common than most guys think. Millions of guys have to deal with it at some point. And that's exactly why Hims offers a straightforward way to handle it. Hims connects you with a licensed healthcare providers online, giving you access to legitimate ED treatment options from the comfort of your home. No awkward appointments, no pharmacy lines, just a straightforward process that makes it easier to take care of yourself. The whole process is simple. You just complete a simple intake online, and a provider reviews your information. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/LockedOnMLB. That's hims.com/LockedOnMLB for your free online visit. hims.com/LockedOnMLB.
Hey, this is Jeff Carr from Locked On Reds, and when it comes to our futures, we all have great ideas when it comes to our job, when it comes to our house, when it comes to our vehicles, all that great stuff. But honestly, when it comes to securing that future, I don't know what I don't know. And when me and my wife sat down to figure out the life insurance thing, Ethos made everything simple. Everything's online, you have a quick and easy application process, and you find out exactly what you need for coverage all in one spot. Ethos makes everything so convenient when it comes to learning about your own life insurance, because insurance is something that is far beyond batting average or on-base percentage. It's way out in left field for me. Ethos made it all easy. Take just 10 minutes and get covered today with life insurance through Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/LockedOnMLB. That's ethos.com/LockedOnMLB. POSTCAST.com/LockedOnMLB. Application times may vary and rates may vary.
Again, if you guys are in the live, please make sure to like and comment. Again, I'm very excited about this Rays win because, again, this was a floor win. The Rays weren't necessarily playing well, but they still got it done. But we got to talk about the big-time X factor in this game, Yandy Diaz.
It's time to reveal who made the biggest under-the-radar impact with today's X Factor.
So I had a really cool opportunity to go on a national broadcast with SiriusXM today to talk about the Rays. And one of the questions I got asked about was, how is Yandy doing what he's doing? He's been with the Rays for 8 years. He's 34, all this stuff. And, I told him it's just the guy Yandy is, blah, blah, blah. But then I talked about how he's an other way up the middle kind of hitter. And that pitch he hit on the first pitch of the game is how teams have been pitching him all year. They tried to go up and in on him, and they've been trying all year. And Yandy got the hands to it and sent that thing 390 to left field. If Yandy starts hitting that pitch consistently, he will be unstoppable. And the fact that he got to that pitch today and sent it almost 400 feet is incredible. What a swing by Yandy. My goodness, he's so good. When the Rays, he came up after Cedric drew a really nice walk, a tough left-on-left matchup, and you knew that run from third was getting in. You didn't know how it was going to get in. You didn't know if Yandy was going to get a hit. He missed a home run just barely, but he ended up hitting that thing. I mean, he ended up hitting that thing. Let's see. He ended up hitting it 403 feet. Like, that's a home run. If we're at Fenway, that's a home run. Just to show how far Yandy hit that ball. But you just knew that run was getting in, and that's the type of guy that Yandy's been. Another big point came in that fifth inning where we get to our turning point of the game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Jonathan Aranda finally coming up with a runner scoring position. I was listening to the radio broadcast at the time, and Neil Solondz quite adequately said, when you're struggling, the moment seems to find you. And Aranda had a chance 2 times before that with runners in scoring position to try to get that run in, and he couldn't do it. And a really nice job left on left, shooting the ball the other way. And that was a huge point in the game. It gave the Rays a lead back, and hopefully that gives Aranda a little pep in his step kind of going forward. I mean, that was a big-time at bat and a big-time moment. And the way that the Rays were throwing the ball, you just really felt like if they could get that next hit, that would go a really long way for them. But let's go ahead and look ahead to the game tomorrow after we talk about what the Rays continue to improve on. Is hitting with runners in scoring position. If the Rays would have lost this game, that would have been the lead turning point, the lead talking point of this game, was the Rays continue to struggle to hit with runners in scoring position. It's a credit to this team that they're getting on base at the clip that they are. How Rays is it that the Rays activate Austin Slater and they immediately bet him second. I thought that was funny. But, Slater gets on base. Junior gets on base twice. Valade gets on base. Aranda, Wall steals a base. Fortes gets on base. Mullins gets on base twice. I mean, they were all over the base paths, but they only scored 3 runs. It's because they continue to struggle hitting with runners in scoring position. So that's something that is great to talk about in a win, but it's something that the Rays continue to want to stack these wins, string these wins together. Is something that's going to need to be improved upon. But let's look ahead to the game tomorrow. As Peyton Tully will be going for the Red Sox, another one of their very talented left-handed pitchers. 3-2 with a 2.28 ERA. He has been filthy as of late. Last time out, 6 innings, 7 hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts for Mr. Tully. He had a 2.35 ERA in the month of May and 5 starts, including going 5 innings, only giving up 1 earned against the Rays. That 1 earned was a homer to Junior Caminero. So the Rays have seen him this year, but he has not allowed more than 3 earned in a single start this season. Doesn't really walk anyone. Only had 1 game against the Blue Jays earlier this year where he had 3 or more walks. Other than that, he's not given up more than 2 walks in an outing. He's been really good. He's been really good for the Rays. That's why it was really important for the Rays to get one of these first 2, because you feel good with Rasmussen going on Wednesday as well. But you also feel good with Nick Martinez going tomorrow. And he's finally, for the first time this year, dealing with some adversity after giving up 6 earned to the Tigers in his last kind of rough outing in that game. So looking for a big bounce back for Martinez, because that was the first time he's allowed more than 2 earned in a start all year. So he's still 5-2 with a 2.29 ERA. Interested to see what his response will be like. I think it'll be quite a good one to say the least. And again, it's been really important for the Rays to score first. I mean, their record when they score first, I think they're 20-9 this year or something when they score first. So got to keep that up for sure. So let's go ahead and get to the comments. We'll start with Gary. He says, very impressive pitching this evening. Yandy Diaz leads the offense like he's done so many times this season. Bryan Baker gets a save. The Rays continue to excel in games which they score first. Yeah, the point we just made. Yeah, for sure. So as we go to Chris Meeks, he said we should have won this game by 7 or 8 more runs. I felt that way too. The Rays just have runners all over the bases, just all over the bases. So Gary talks about what's the rule for Ian Seymour: spot start, opener, long reliever, regular starter. I don't know. Is it crazy to say kind of all of the above? Like, I think there's more of this in his future, and I don't think the Rays are going to make any decisions on this. I think if Ian Seymour is needed in 2 days, he'll throw in 2 days, and him or Mason Angler is going to occupy this spot. Whether they piggyback each other, I think a lot of that has to do with matchup, because like we said, the Red Sox had a lot of lefties in that lineup. So we'll see. Gary one more time says, don't know if it's possible. I would love for the Rays to have Yordan Alvarez. He would cost a lot, and he would only play left field, meaning moving Chandler to center or DH, not an option for him yet. Chandler wouldn't do either of those things. I think Chandler would play more in right field, and Ryan Valade or Jake Fraley, one of those guys. I mean, if that happens, and if it's the way the Rays do that, they do it 100% of the time. I would trade our top 3 prospects for Yordan Alvarez. I don't know if that's irresponsible, but the guy's leading the majors in OPS. He's incredible, absolutely incredible. As RE fan, one talks about Yordan's going for the Triple Crown. I don't know if the Astros let him go. The Astros, it depends if they are in a rebuild mode. So we'll see. Again, it's exciting to talk about, but the Rays have not been necessarily known for making those offers. They've been known to offer on those big guys as well as Shohei, but yeah, we'll see. It's gotta fit, and I don't really want to give up Aranda in that deal if it does come to it, but we'll see. Let's go. Jason Charlie says, I'm just happy with the win. Ian killed it in his start. Yeah, I agree. He was really good. He's been comfortable. I mean, Ian Seymour was good as a starter last year. I wasn't really surprised by how good he was tonight, but regardless, big time win for the Rays. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 6:40 first pitch. Nick Martinez looking for a bounce back. But again, if you guys are in the live watching the replay, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys show love after a big time Rays win, and we'll be right back tomorrow, hopefully talking about yet another Rays win. See you guys then.